Today we're going to one of the most incredible architectural buildings I've ever seen.
I can't help but feel good.
But I am running out of battery. So before we go there, I need to swap the battery of this car really quickly.
Good. I can't help but feel fine. Everything.
Oof. I arrived here with 4% battery, but now I'll swap and I'll leave with 90%. I'm gonna give you one hint of what this house is, and that hint is Mondrian. I'm pretty sure you already got there, right? I want you to think about the fact that this was designed and built in 1920. In this case, the client requested the architect for a specific type of project, a project with a lot of flexibility, and the architect basically did a masterpiece. And sometimes I start wondering, why don't architects nowadays spend as much time designing a project like that?
I can't help but smile. I can't help but smile.
I am only 20 days away from leaving Amsterdam. So I've been working abroad for over 10 years and I'm gonna go back home. But before I do, I wanna see as much as I can. And today we are visiting one of the most emblematic architectural buildings worldwide, and it's right here in the Netherlands. It's a UNESCO site, and it's the best example of the Stijl movement, which values, simple colors and straight lines. It's the Rietveld House. Rietveld designed it for Miss Schröder, really close to Amsterdam. And it's a must-see for every architect. It shows ingenuity, it shows flexibility, and it shows how you can really evolve when it comes to designing an habitational building. Let's check it out. Not to mention that when this house was built in 1920, it was built at the same time as every other house in the block. So it really stood out. If you imagine in 1920 building that element right next to a red brick building, everyone thought they were crazy. So all that area up there was an attic, and they did it very naughty guys, they did it because they didn't want to permit that space. Moving walls was not allowed at the time, and Schröder wanted to have the maximum flexibility on the upper floor so that they can move around walls and, you know, open up the space. This is the best example we have worldwide of the style movement, which uses primary colors, very basic planes. You see red, yellow and blue, and then complemented by white, black and gray. And it's just an incredible example of architectural ingenuity. And if you have the chance, if you are ever in Amsterdam, this is a must-see. It's in Utrecht, about 30 kilometers away, super quick to get here, and it's just incredible. This was definitely an amazing visit. So when they moved in, apparently the house was still under construction, so a lot of those decisions, a lot of those design decisions and changes, they were actually decided while the house was under construction. That shows the adaptability of the architect, the adaptability of the client, and also the genius behind this design. Well, I can't believe I left this for one of my last days in Amsterdam. I would have loved to see it sooner, but life didn't allow me to. So I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're interested to see more about my relocation back to Portugal, follow along. I have tons to show you. Architecture. After seeing this, you start wondering, what happened to architecture? Houses used to be so incredible. Well, the truth is, you don't have time for that. Architects need to be quick, they need to be fast, they need to generate revenue, and you end up with really cookie-cutting designs. Of course, if you go to a more experienced architect,
Please control the steering.
of course, if you have the opportunity to go to a more experienced architect, someone whose fees are higher, but also who has more time to think about these problems, then you'll have a much more interesting design.